Hi and welcome to another gaming video, and in today's video I want to talk about the Little Big Planet series, and in particular Little Big Planet 3 because that's been in the news recently, and it is a bit sad news. The last main game of the Little Big Planet series has had its servers turned off and it's now been delisted by Sony. So Little Big Planet 3 is no more. So if you've not heard of or you don't know what Little Big Planet is, it's classed as a puzzle platform series. It began on the PS3, there was also on the PS4 with a few entries on the PSP and the PS Vita, and there has been a few spin-off games. There was a Little Big Planet carton, and then the latest one is Sackboy: A Big Adventure, which is... I don't really class that as Little Big Planet because it's more of a 3D platformer rather than sort of a sideways 2.5D platformer like all of the other Little Big Planet games. And the Little Big Planet servers have been plagued with problems, especially Little Big Planet 3. They've had DDoS attacks, hackers posting offensive messages, malicious game mods. And the servers were shut down and brought back and then shut down again until sort of April 2024 when they were shut down permanently. Obviously that just cuts off the online side. The games are still there, you can still play through each game offline and enjoy the single player side of the Little Big Planet games. But October the 31st 2024 it is a bit of a nail in the coffin for traditional Little Big Planet games because Little Big Planet 3 and all its DLC was delisted and taken off of the Sony store, I assume. So it's a bit of a sad day. A franchise that Sony, they seem to have given up on. I loved the Little Big Planet games. I started playing them on the PS3, but I did like the portable versions on the PSP and the Vita. They're easily some of my favourite games ever, and also some of my favourite games on those platforms. So I mean, they have brought some PS4 and PS5 titles sort of based around Sackboy and the whole Little Big Planet style series games, whatever you call it. But you just cannot beat the first three games and the PSP and the Vita Little Big Planets. Those are traditional sideways scrolling. They all had that such a bizarre sort of feel to the game. They were platformers, but there was so much more. It wasn't just a Mario style platform series. It was so interactive. Fantastic Stephen Fry doing the voiceover for these games, and they were amazing. You could change your characters. You could actually put your own photos in. You could interact with the levels so much more than a traditional platformer, and some of the levels, the design of them was so bizarre and so crazy. It was amazing. So I do love the Little Big Planet games. I'm still sort of part way through Little Big Planet on my PS Vita, but recent announcements that on October the 31st, which is now gone, the Little Big Planet 3 and all the DLC that you could download for it has been delisted. I really should have done this video a few days beforehand, so you could have grabbed the game and grabbed any of the extra content before it gets taken off. But yeah, it's pretty much goodbye Sackboy. So unless Sony decides to revive the Little Big Planet series in its original kind of sideways scrolling platform, I'm not really keen on this whole move to 3D all the time. I think it's what gave Little Big Planet its edge. They were huge games for a fairly short time, and then Sony just decided that they didn't want anything more to do with it really, and didn't want to carry it on. So sad news that Little Big Planet has gone, and especially now that the last traditional game, Little Big Planet 3, has been gone and delisted. So if you're a fan of them, you can still buy them, go and buy them on disc and give the single side, the actual game itself I play, but there's no more online stuff, and if you look for it on the store, it's not going to be there. Yeah. Link, like, subscribe, enjoy.